Today, prior to the start of Game 7, we're going to analyze what one impacting factor for the Celtics defense is that causes Philadelphia to be more efficient or less efficient on offense, and why. Okay, this is possession number 1 of Game 6. The thing we're looking at right here is Embiid. We know Embiid is going to be the main catalyst for the 76ers offense. So one counter that the Celtics have gone to is having Al Horford guard Embiid and having Robert Williams up here guarding who they deem as a non-shooter in PJ Tucker. And we're going to see how that impacts it. So we can see the ball gets moved around, possession. Williams is sagging off Tucker, does not care if he shoots it because Tucker doesn't represent a scoring threat from the perimeter. As soon as any motion is handled, Williams is stepping up, is providing help, not worried about the backside. Turnover on possession number 1. Next possession, maybe 2 possessions down the road. Same thing, as soon as any action happens, who is there guarding the rim? Williams is there. Tucker is behind him and does look open. However, contesting that shot makes it difficult. Forces Maxey to have to go higher up to the elevation to get it over him, and he misses. Same situation, Philadelphia still has not scored. Pick and roll, who's there to help? Williams there to help. This is the trade-off the Celtics are going to live with here, though. As the ball gets kicked out, they are going to say, if Tucker can shoot at a high percentage, we're just going to live with that result. Essentially, the Celtics are taking the gamble that isn't going to happen enough times to weigh the trade-off of having Williams protect the paint. Nope. So there, Tucker decides not to shoot it. Williams just gets back. Smart rips the ball away. So here we can see that while PJ Tucker is no longer in the game, they're applying the same essential principles to Melton, maybe being a little bit closer to him because he is a better three-point shooter, but Williams is still aggressive with the help early and often. Forces a high floater. He might have even got a piece of that on the way down. So now, Williams gets subbed out. We're going to look at the last 5 minutes or so. He gets subbed back in with 1 minute in the first. We're going to look at the 5 minutes between now and 1 minute to go in the first quarter of the impact that the 76ers were able to have on offense. They scored 5 points up to this. They've gotten maybe one good look. The biggest issue is that Embiid is going to be able to have a more physical presence. How often did we even see Embiid get into the paint when Williams was there? The fact that he's aggressive with Williams out and able to finish at the rim makes 76ers a much better team. Next possession. Again, they get Embiid in the pick and roll. And there's no one to protect the rim. Back-to-back dunks as soon as Williams comes out. Okay, and then we're going to look at 2 possessions that I think show the biggest difference of what Rob Williams provides. Okay, so first off, we almost saw Embiid never post up when Williams was providing help on the backside because Embiid knows he's going to have 2 players on him. He's not only going to have Horford, but he's going to have Williams lurking around in the paint. So now, he knows that there's going to be maybe help at some point, but the help is going to come from a guard, and they're going to try and essentially trap him as opposed to contest him near the rim. So he knows he has Horford if he makes an aggressive move one-on-one. In those situations, Horford is going to foul him 65% of the time, if not more, and Embiid's going to finish some of those as well. A few possessions later, I believe this is maybe the last one before, there's Williams waiting to come back in. Again, they're looking for Embiid post-up because they know they have a massive advantage. No help comes, one-on-one, foul. So the overarching question is going to be, can the Celtics guard essentially Embiid and or the rest of the 76ers without Williams being in the game? Or can the impact that Williams have in the minutes that he is in being able to slow the 76ers, make them effective enough and give them a big enough lead where they're able to hold off these runs